know, we were able to get a lot of guys in this spring and see how they looked. And today in practice, too, especially on defense, we tried some different looks, tried some different things to finish spring out. You know, now we can build off of that and go into the off season and in the summer, and continue to get better athletically, continue to use the meeting time that's allowed now to get our players better mentally and have them understand the game better. And you know, we're you know, looking forward to getting our new guys here in June and getting that team camaraderie with them, but also starting to develop them and head into August. You know, what questions do you have?
Did you feel you made those first steps in replacing Bud and Zedarius this spring? How does that process go? Clearly, it's going to take into the fall.
Yes, I think that at those positions that we have good players that can do some good things. I don't see, you know, you can't say who's the next Bud. You know, last time everyone's asking me, who's the next Avery? You know, well, you know, that's not going to happen. You know, Avery's a special player and does things his own way, and so was Bud, and so was Zedarius. But I do think that at those positions that we did a good job of developing some guys, and I feel good about our progress at those positions and moving forward into the fall.
Were you thinking, I mean, obviously you don't want to think too far ahead, but all through last fall, are you thinking, you know, these guys are going to have to be replaced? How do we do that? How do we develop the guys behind them to be ready to sort of step in all through that fall season?
I thought about that, and we think about that at every position. You know, you have to continue to build on your younger players and continue to get them better throughout the fall. And we had extra practices at every position to do that for the younger players and for the guys that weren't getting as many reps at those positions. So that's something that like I said, we were thinking about and we were working toward, but we do that every year at every position.
DJ,
How important was it for Patrick to get out there last year playing behind Zenia Smith?
Say again?
How important was it for Jason Hatcher to get out there last year and get a lot of playing time last year on defense, playing behind the Green Smith?
I think that you know, the more game experience that any player gets, the better that he'll be. So now that Jason has those extra game reps that he got, I think it'll make him a better player. He's been there, knows what it takes. He's been in that atmosphere. He knows what the competition's like in this league and how hard he has to work to be successful. So I think that experience will definitely help him in the long run.
DJ, how has Melvin Lewis changed the most from the start of last season until now?
I think that Melvin, he may be one of the most improved players on our team from the start of him coming here to where he's at now. He came in, you know, 2 Augusts ago, and we opted to redshirt him. And really was just a big kid, but not a very good player, to be honest with you. And he's worked hard, and he's done what he's been told to do, and has made himself a good player. He is a good nose guard. He's a guy that I'm very proud of and feel very confident about at his position, and he's completely earned that. Nothing was given to him, and he didn't walk in here a good player. And he's a guy that, like I said, he may be the most improved player on our team from when he came in to where he's at now.
Is he a guy you can sort of hold up to other guys and say, this is what happens when you work hard?
Exactly. And we have that talk all the time about, you know, sometimes, you know, coaches are going to push you to the limit, but, you know, the player has to make the decision that he wants to be great too. And Melvin was one of those guys that made that decision.
Stoops talked about how much Shannon's offense is maybe harder to prepare for defensively and to defend. What makes it so much more complicated, do you think, and what have been some of the challenges this spring?
I think that offense, you know, is one that's tough to defend, and it has been at all the places that it's been run. And one reason is because they are able to spread you out, throw the ball around, and they're able to play fast, and they're able to play with tempo, but yet they're also able to run the football. And when you have that combination, it's tough to defend on defense.
What did you guys like about Jared Daniel in the recruiting process, and what did you see from him this spring?
Well, at our defensive end position, we like guys that are long. You know, Jared's 6'5", 6'6", you know, and then they have to have enough size too to hold up in the run. And Conjera's a 250, 260 pound player. And then on top of that, with Conjera, he's athletic. Okay, so he had all the measurements, and he had all the characteristics that we wanted too. He was a good student. Okay, he was a good person. And then since he's been here, we've seen some good things from him in the fact that he also knows how to play. He knows how to play football. So not only was he a good athlete for that position, but he's got some football savvy about him.
DJ, Mark was saying that he could notice kids out there having fun and enjoying themselves. Did you see that on your side of the football? And in your eyes, what does that mean and why is that valuable?
Well, ultimately, they started playing this game because they wanted to have fun doing it. And if they ever lose that, then sometimes they lose their passion. So I think it's important that no matter how hard we push them, no matter how hard they want to succeed, that they have to find the fun in the game too. And I think that's good. We encourage that. And I think in the long run, they'll be a better player if they take that approach to the game.
You
Mark
think
seems
there's
to be
more of that because they're more comfortable too with the schemes and everything?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if there is more, or if there, you know what I mean. I think that overall, when they have fun, they're good players.
Mark seems to be pretty encouraged at just about every position on defense through the spring, but cornerback is one that he seems to want more from. What do you guys see there? What do you need? What more do you need on the outside?
Well, that's a tough position. Okay, you're on an island, and the guy in front of you has every advantage over you. You don't know where he's going, and he does. Okay, and you've got to try to cover him. And a lot of times, in certain coverages, you don't have any help either. Okay, and for that position, you have to be extremely skilled, but you have to be confident too, because you're gonna get beat because it's so hard to play that position. It's so hard to play that position, and you have to have the confidence to come back and be aggressive and execute your techniques the next play. And I think that that's something that we've got to continue to build on, are those things at corner. Okay, we've got to be able to come back, play the next play, execute those techniques, be confident, okay, be aggressive, and know that those guys are in tough situations.
What have you seen from C.J. Johnson this spring and how he's progressed from maybe when he got here a year ago?
CJ has become a better technician, and I think he understands the defense better. He uses his hands better than he did when he first got here. Coach Brumbaugh does an excellent job of coaching fundamentals with our defensive line. And when you get those junior college players, sometimes they're behind, depending, how they were developed and what they were taught or what they did. And CJ's done a good job of starting to execute the fundamentals that we expect of him. And one of the biggest aspects of that is using his hands.
Okay, well, thank you very much.